The humble shotgun is making a comeback. But why? In the rapidly shifting battle space, where new technology is changing how wars are fought and won, this long-established weapon is finding a new lease of life. A last-ditch effort to take down a drone. In Ukraine, they can be the difference between life and death. Here in Cyprus, they're shooting at flying objects, not in a war, but for sport. This is the British Army's clay target shooting team in training. And the similarities are hard to miss.
I think really it's the ability to be able to shoot a moving target instinctively in a high-stress environment.
It's tricky to hit a moving target, but with practice, it gets easier. During the Second World War, RAF gunners were taught how to shoot down enemy aircraft by practicing on clay pigeons.
Good shooting.
Now, cheap, mass-produced drones are proving deadly to infantry. And clay target shooting could be the best way to train troops.
Really, this differs from ordinary rifle shooting as most soldiers would know it. This is a moving target, and so being able to read that target, to see where it's coming from, to see where it's going, and then to shoot in front of it or apply forward allowance or lead.
And how does that translate into modern-day warfighting?
I think with technology, and we've seen, unfortunately, in the war in Ukraine currently, the use of first-person drones, etc. I think moving targets are a much more relevant target when it comes to operational shooting. And that crossover between our sport and that operational shooting, I think there's some real connections and relevance.
It's hoped boosting the sport will help prepare the army for future wars.
It's starting to become more popular now. We've seen a nice rise in shooters and more interest, and it's slowly growing. The SA-80 stuff's very static. There's a lot more mentally to think about with this sort of sport because there's a lot going on.
Combat shotguns work best in close quarters. In the First World War, they were so successful in the trenches that Germany believed they breached the laws of war. They didn't. 100 years later, shotgun shells are being used creatively against drones. The British Army deployed with semi-automatic combat shotguns in Afghanistan, but they are rarely used now. Is there need for a new one? The Experimentations and Trials Group have been testing combat shotguns as a defence against uncrewed aerial systems, among other measures. An MOD spokesperson said the UK has a range of counter-UAS capabilities on offer to defend and protect our personnel and infrastructure, adding that it would learn lessons from Ukraine.
I think the emerging technology on the battlefield, the ability to produce drones at such a very cheap price, I think we're going to see a lot more use of that in the battle space. And so therefore, there's a requirement to counter that threat. And I think this technique that we're practicing, albeit a sport, has a real relevance to that type of combat.
The success of shotguns is debated, but learning to shoot at clay targets could make soldiers better defenders in the age of drone warfare. Will Hollis, BFBS Forces News, Cyprus. Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.